Greetings, brothers! Welcome to the Blood Angels Commander channel.
Greetings, brothers. Good evening. Please give me a shout out if you can hear me okay. I'm running a slightly different setup tonight. And tell me if you can hear anything in the background. Give me a shout if there's background noise, because there is some background noise in here. Can you hear it, or is it okay? I need some time to work on my Storm Speeder. I need some time to work on my, I guess, Death Company with Infernal Pistols and Power Swords, because that's what we think is strong these days, right? The music's covering it, great. Okay, and the music's good volume? Not too loud? So I did this little thing to the top of the Storm Speeder base, check this. So I just screwed into it, put in a paper clip, right, and then check how good this is. Screw a hole into the bottom, put it in like that, if I can do it. There you go. It's on its base, simple as that. No magnet, nothing, just a paper clip and some glue. And a drill, of course. Pretty cool. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to do the base for the Storm Speeder as well as some Death Company. And that's it. Cool. If I go crazy at any point during this stream, it's because the background noise is Scotland are playing in the European Championship. And I'm a huge football fan. I completely forgot that this was on tonight when I said that I was going to stream. So I'm going to stream anyway. Keep half an eye on the football. Alright, and I made 7 Death Company with I got some with basically what I've ended up with, I've got 7. I've got 3 with power swords and infernal pistols, then I get 2 with just power swords, and I get 2 with just infernal pistols. So it should give me a pretty good mix for what I want to do. Cool. That's what I think anyway. But yeah, thanks for being here, guys. Give us a shout if there's any Blood Angels related questions that you have tonight. Maverick, Zardox, Podger, Reziel, Exo7. I know we're normally live doing army list shows, but sorry, battle reports. But I guess tonight we're just chilling. Oh, nice. Someone else is watching the football. All right, cool. We can watch it together. I get very animated at football, so if Scotland plays shit, you'll know all about it. Don't worry. Thank you so much for following. Oh, it didn't even pop up. I guess I have my alert off. Let me put it on. Where is it? Oh, where was my alert for... Oh, let me put... What the hell? I heard a subscriber, but I didn't see it. Did you guys see it? Strange. Alright. My doors. I'm gonna be back just 1 second. I just have to walk into the room and she instantly lies back down, so that's kids for you. Okay. If Scotland lose again tonight, it's going to be embarrassing. Alright, so I'm going to do Agrax Earthshade on this base, then I'm going to pick Mephiston Red to pick out some colours on these guys. There we go. That's your bagpipes for the night, guys. You should get bagpipes that play when you get a subscriber. All right, deal. It's a good idea, Resi. I love it. So I was actually kind of pleased with making the. I guess pleased with making the storm speeder. What I did was, see right in here, I put a little magnet, so like I can just basically like have like the las cannon. See if I can get it right. There you go. And there, it's just in with a magnet. It won't fall out. So I can basically make this. That's the only thing it magnetizes. I think it's the only thing that really needs it, and that'll give me like two. It'll give me both variants of this without any real work. Like just one magnet. Very easy to do, I guess. So I have no idea if I really don't know if the storm speeder is going to be any good, but I guess I'll run it as a thunder strike, I think, like 1 or 2 times, and then I'll maybe run it as the hammer strike as well 1 or 2 times and get a feel for it. And I think I'm going to get a Primaris Gladiator. Probably either the Valiant or the... What's the other? The other one was the Valiant or the Lancer. I've got an RT... Sorry, I've got a GT now in 8 weeks' time, and I want to do better than I did at this RTT, so I'm going to try out some of the Primaris stuff. I'm not convinced on it, but we'll give it a whirl, I guess. Hold on a second. I'm going to use my baby monitor. Annabella, please lie down. Come on, it's bedtime. I normally don't try and do anything so close to her going to sleep. So I might have to ask her like 1,000,000 times to go to sleep. What's everyone working on tonight? Steve magnetized his, and then you sold them. Why'd you sell them, Steve? You didn't like them? Are they not good? I mean, even if I don't like it, the storm speeder, I'm not selling mine. I'm gonna hang on to it. Maybe it'll get good in the future. Maverick's working on a Vindicator. Nucking Futs, good evening. Rizal thinks it's pretty mid for Blood Angels. It's better for Dark Angels. Well, I mean, all speeders are better for Dark Angels, right? Danny's working on 2 ATVs with Gatling guns. Really? I'd have thought that multi-meltas would have been the preferred option. Now, are Gatling guns good on ATVs? I mean, I guess. And into Armor of Contempt enemies, they're not that good, right? The weekend wasn't too good. I mean, I got second in battle points, but I did crap in wins losses. So I've filmed a video for how I got on at the weekend with the super heavy tank. So that'll be coming out on Friday, my normal sort of 1 o'clock time, and kind of broke everything down. I think I learned quite a bit though. I mean, I always feel like you learn more when you lose than when you win. So maybe I needed a few losses, learn some things, try some new things, and then push on, right? Alright, that's probably enough for the space. Don't throw stones at me, says Miles, but I'm working on Eldar. Miles. Good evening, Phil. How you doing, Miles? Hope you're well. You have 9 attack bites with multi-meltas. Alright, then I guess you don't need ATVs with multi-meltas if you've got 9 of them. Alright, let me get some brushes. Zardox is building another squad of Eliminators. I don't think Storm Speeders would be terrible. I like the idea of trying the one with the ballistic skill of 2. Because, I mean, that's kind of why I like the Gladiator Valiant, right? Because, like, I don't really want to be running a Tech Marine, to be honest. I mean, that's probably it. I just don't want to be running a Tech Marine. And I think if you take, like, a Leviathan Dreadnought, or you take, like, a super heavy tank, even if you maybe take... Anton, thank you so much for becoming a member. Hey, how you doing? You've been a member before, though, so I guess it's just a pop-up for a long-term membership. What's up, Anton? You got a question or anything? Completely locked. Yeah, I want to be running a priest. I don't want to be running a tech marine. I don't mind a tech marine. Eliminators of ballistic skill 2. Yeah, so exactly. Like, I guess ballistic skill 2 things work well, or things with core, right? So, like, I guess like someone was saying the other day that they ran 5 eradicators. You know, I ran eradicators before, but I only ever ran them in squads of 3, and I do own 6 eradicators because I get 2 boxes of Indomitus terrain, or not 2 boxes of Indomitus terrain. I get 2 boxes of Indomitus, just the whole set or whatever you would call it. So, yeah, I don't want to be running a tech marine. I'd much rather be running a priest, and then I think I'd rather be running. But yeah, I haven't tried 5-man squad of eradicators. So, but then, yeah, I can try both variants of this leader and see if there's one that I can latch onto. I mean, I have some maybe I could run more speeders, but I'm kind of okay running land speeders without tech marine. I think I don't necessarily feel like you need a tech marine or anything like if you're running land speeders. Okay. ATV Gatling cannons, clear screens could work. Yeah, I just haven't had great success with I really haven't had great success with, like, Gatling cannons ever since Armor of Contempt came out, right? Like, if you're playing Sisters of Battle, Gatling cannons are pretty poor against them. I guess it's just anything that's Armor of Contempt, Gatling cannons are going to be poor into. Gatling cannons shoot 20 bullets? I thought Gatling cannons were just heavy 8, man. They heavy 14? Am I wrong? Onslaught Gatling cannon. Yeah, I thought it was heavy 8. How are you getting 4? Oh, are you including the storm bolters? Or the auto bolt guns? Is it that the Hey, who was watching the football? Was it? Have you got a picture, or is it just as the screen black? Burgersaurus got my league matchup the other day playing against Eldar. Oh wow, Berg. As a good Eldar player, you're going to struggle. Watch the games that I've played against Miles. And, yeah. Some of those Eldar lists can be very, very difficult for us to deal with, I feel like. The ATV shoots 8 plus 6 bolters. Okay, so it is 28 shots. Just auto bolters are 0 AP, so I mean, I guess they're fine, I just don't know if I think they're strong, I guess. I always find my Sangway Guard, which have decent bolters, don't do any damage. What on earth is up with this? I'm gonna have to close this browser and see if I can try it in another browser. Give me 1 sec, sorry guys. My stream on Saturday night might be a little bit later than normal because Scotland are also playing football on Saturday night. And I can't miss it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm streaming on Saturday night. Let me try a different browser. Oh yeah, it's working in another browser. Okay. Is it? Oh, I'm getting an advert. That's fine. 1 CP for Death Company Dread and a tap I can reserve is a big winner for me. Do you know what? That's a good point. I have a Death Company Dread and I don't often put it in reserve, but like, I used to put the Death Company Dread in reserve a lot in previous editions because in the last edition, It had the Magna Grapple, which gave it like a really good, like a really easy charge. Like it gave you +2 plus your 1, so it meant like you were making like a 6-inch charge from reserve, I think. Jason says, what do we think about Librarian forward deploying with incursors? I mean, it's not bad, right? People often have asked about that librarian, the Phobos librarian, but he's reasonably survivable in cover and he deploys forward. Like, I get that part is strong, right? 8 Sanguinary Guard shot at Orc Boys and then 1 died. Yeah, that's why I don't like bolters, man. They're not... Bolters... 10 years ago, bolters were a strong weapon. Now I don't think they're a strong weapon at all. Put the Death Company Reserve. Yeah, maybe Death Company Dreadnought is... I've been sleeping on it. 1 second. I just need to grab one of my painted models to remind myself how I paint what parts of these Death Company I'm making red. This is actually a Reaver. Man, I wish Reavers were actually had like some role in the game, because I thought like I did a pretty good job on this Reaver. Okay. I did see the Giants were 2-0. I watched the highlights, Jason. I don't... The annoying thing with NFL games is they usually kick off after I've gone to bed, so... But yeah, no, I saw the highlights for the Giants, 2-0. I mean, I don't think the Giants were particularly good in either of the games. And in that game this week, I think we scored 1 touchdown and all the rest of our points were field goals. So I don't know how indicative the 2-0 is, but, you know, a win's a win in NFL, I guess. Alright, so I'm just going to start by putting some red here and there on these Death Company. Maybe like a red shoulder pad or a red gun, just get some colour on them. Evening Ridgecraft, how are you doing? I'm doing really well, thanks. Not often that I get to stream on a Wednesday. I mean, I always play a game on a Wednesday night, which is like my one night of playing, but I figured like, I gotta try something different, and I think one of the things that I want to try is... I think I'm going to try a bit of a Fury of the Lost list. So I think I'm going to try 3 squads of Death Company. I'm even tempted to, you know, people are talking about the Death Company Dread. I'm kind of tempted to actually throw a Death Company Dread into reserve, actually. So I've got 4 units of Death Company. Would make scoring Fury of the Lost 15 points, like, very, very, very highly probable, right? Maybe 3 squads of Death Company Dread, 2 squads of Sandguard for my elites, something like that. Because I don't really want to have a Death Company captain, but I think for Fury of the Lost you need 4 units of Death Company. And I don't love Primaris Death Company. I mean, I think if you take Primaris Death Company you probably want an Impulsor or something, and I don't want to spend the points on an Impulsor, so I think that's potentially how you do it. You're trying to get your list ready for LGT next weekend. Oh, cool! Good luck at the LGT, man. What are you running the Blood Angels for the LGT, or are you running something else? I think. You know what? I was gonna say. I think Andrew and maybe Colin from the Plastic Crackheads are going to LGT. I was going to say, I thought Brett was doing it as well, but I think he's pulled out. They were asking me if I wanted to do it this year. I just can't do it this year with my young children. But I feel like I'll definitely do it in a future year. There's an ad on my YouTube. I don't know what that means. Horace, sorry. I mean, you can get YouTube Premium, I guess, and avoid the ads. Which is surprising considering how much I use YouTube. I don't have YouTube Premium. First shot on goal by Scotland. Hello Steve West, good evening. I'm making some Relic Terminators, nice. I still need to get myself a squad of Relics, you know that? I've never owned Relic Terminators. I think they're cool with I mean, for the points cost, I think with Lightning Claws and Storm Bolters, I mean, they were really cool before Armor of Contempt, but I think they're reasonably cool now as well. Oh, you'll be taking Flesh Tearers. Oh wow, so you got drop pods and all shenanigans, or a bit more of a conservative list, or is it like all out, full on Flesh Tearers, turn one off a strike sort of deal? We haven't seen too many people play Flesh Tearers since Armor of Contempt. I mean, Armor of Contempt just changed everything, didn't it? Hey Jacob, good evening, how you doing? Any thoughts on the Votan, John? Because if I played in tournaments I would stop going until the inevitable nerf. I saw tournaments in Germany today already banned Votan until they get their FAQ. The GT that I'm going into in like 8 weeks time already banned Votan until they get their FAQ. So I guess like my thoughts are, games work, I've been saying it for a while, I would prefer it if they did more work and got the game more balanced than releasing these really overpowered codexes when, you know, codexes that they're releasing now 2 years on are like quite a bit more powerful than the like our codex, I guess. So seeing that they've banned them at a few events, I think it's probably a good thing. Maybe it's like 1 or 2 events we're going to do it because it was powerful. If a lot of events get on board and ban them, I think that's the best thing that could possibly happen, because then maybe Games Workshop will sit up and take notice and be like, wow, we definitely screwed up. You know, if hundreds of events are saying no Votan till FAQ, then you know, we should have done a better job with the balancing of them, because you know, no one wants to go to an event where you just turn up at a table and you just get beat without any skill because it's new codex, right? Like that isn't what we signed up to play, or that isn't what we want, right? Where's your Dark Angels friend, John? Should have him back sometime. Scott? Yeah, I mean, Scott was at the RTT that I was at this weekend. Scott's a good guy, I could get him back on. I think he's, like, when we played before, he was very much doing Deathwing on the stream. The weekend past, he was running Ravenwing, so I don't know, I think he's gone, like, much heavier on the Ravenwing than the Deathwing. I mean, Deathwing are so slow, I think they're quite a hard army to play effectively. They're quite a reactive army, I guess, because they're so slow, right? You just have to sit on an objective and hope that you can survive-ish, sort of, maybe. So, yeah, no, he was playing Ravenwing this weekend. Relics are cheaper on eBay thanks to the Darkness box. Yeah, I mean, the Darkness box is cheap anyway for relics. Like, you'll get them for like the price. You'll get them for like barely more than Firstborn, and you basically get 5 more models, right? Scotland are playing well in this game, guys. Is anyone in the UK? It's on ITV4. I think we're gonna score here soon. Drop pods, Rhino, Seth, vets without jump packs, Devastator squads, and Sangari guards. Sounds like a fun list, Ridge. Well, good luck at the LGT. I hope you do well. Good to see someone like. I respect people that stick to the faction more than all these people that jump on the new ones, right? Like, I don't jump on, like, you know, when Votan are being released, I'm like, I'm not going out and instantly buying them and jumping on the faction because they're strong in that. I don't mind people having multiple armies, but like, I think that the sort of meta chasing that has developed is like, for me, it's a negative part of the hobby. Like I said, I'd rather play every game that was balanced than. I also don't know, like, to me it's a little bit like, you know, if you're going to play a game that you know you're going to win because your army's stronger or something, like, what's the point in playing? Like, and I mean, I'm probably in the minority. I'm weird like that. I just like things to be fair. Dark Angel's a very flexible faction. He can bring an interesting strategy against you. Yeah, I mean, I think if you go all Deathwing though, like, I think there's a temptation to go like massive amounts of like slow Deathwing Terminators, and then I think you put yourself into a box when you do that, Reziel. And I don't necessarily think all Deathwing Terminators is a good list either, right? Like, that's just my opinion. Meta chasing like the Magic the Gathering spawns folks spending hundreds or even 1,000 to be king for a few weeks. We're just talking about how the new armies keep coming out and they're a little bit overpowered, I guess. Eric, good evening. How you doing? So we're gonna be streaming for a bit tonight. Probably 2 or 3 hours actually. Just chilling, just painting, chatting. If there's any Blood Angels questions, you can ask me. If you want to ask anything about the super heavy tank, I guess you just have to wait like another 48 hours, because I've got a video coming out on my experience of taking the super heavy tank to an RTT. Will be out on Friday, and that'll be in the that'll be my normal weekly video on the channel. I think it would be good if you had to stick to one faction per season. I mean, that's not a bad idea either, Ridgecraft, because it lets people work on a new faction, like, you know, while sticking with their one. I like that idea. But yeah, good luck with the Flesh Tears. Nice to see someone sticking with them. I'm just laying down some base colours tonight. In some areas I might do 1 coat, in some areas I might do 2 coats. Regardless, I'll be coming back on these models like a lot over the next few weeks, I guess. I'm pretty sure my next list is going to include 3 squads of Death Company. That's why I took tonight off, because otherwise I wouldn't have time to get 3 colours on these Death Company. New overpowered books are no fun and they're not really healthy for the spirit of the game. Yeah, they're not healthy. If anything, if you're someone like me that's got a family and has limited hobby time, the last thing you want is to be put up against a faction that's just 20%, 30% better and you've got no chance against, right? Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out, I can't remember how I paint Death Company, it's been a little while. Alright, so I paint the red round the rims, a red on one knee pad, give him a red loin. Alright, cool. Just trying to remember. I haven't painted Death Company in ages. It's a pretty regular cycle, people can't resist the hype. Warhammer Plus battle reports are showing off the new rules against armies with older codexes. Yeah, I did see that there was 2 games with the Votan on Warhammer Plus, and apparently they stomped all over the Guard and the Orcs. Are you hoping for anything special out of the data slate beside toning down sisters and Necron secondaries? I'm not sure what I'm expecting in the data slate, honestly. I mean, FAQs on the secondaries or changes on the secondaries would make sense because, you know, there hasn't really been anything on them since the book was released, so we may see some tweaks on secondaries for sure. Will we see anything else? I mean, I'm not overly holding out hope for anything marine-wise. It's going to seem, I mean, maybe there'll be something, but yeah, I don't know. It's going to say, what did we get last time round? We got the Sangregar down 2 points, we got the Death Company down a few points, we got Astroth down a few points. Maybe we could hope Mephiston goes down a few points, but I don't think that's likely, so... Are you guys holding out any hope for the data slate? I mean, like, Battle Predators went down 10 points, no one's playing them. Gladiator Tanks went down a few points, very few people are playing them. Oh, Scotland Soul almost scored there. That deflection, if that had gone elsewhere, that would have been 1-0. God damn it. I personally feel more mixed wings are fun. Oh, you're talking about Death. You're talking about Dark Angel still. I'm hoping to go 2 at 3 at most. Going for a laugh and with the crack with my mates. Yeah, sometimes it's fun to go to an event just for the laugh or the fun, right? That's kind of why I took a super heavy to this tournament, because I just wanted to have fun, and I was honestly frustrated with, like, trying to find out what the best fire support for Blood Angels was, and I couldn't figure it out, so I just went like, fuck it, I'm just going to take a super heavy tank and have fun with it. And I think you could do reasonably well at a super heavy tank list. I think you'd have to get lucky against your opponents to win it at the event, but like, I mean, I came second in terms of battle points, so you can definitely score points with a super heavy tank in your list, that's for sure. I've got an infantry biker type list now with 10 Black Knights and 15 Terminators. Retrieve data, Death in the Wind, and bring it down or whatever is a third. It's okay. Yeah. They should give Outriders OBSEC. I think Outriders need, I don't know if they need OBSEC, but I mean the squat bike's got OBSEC, so yeah, maybe it's OBSEC they need. I was gonna say they need something Outriders to make them better. Points reduction is the thing that sort of screams out to me that they're too expensive in points. I'm glad to see a new release for the Firstborn in 9th. I'm just confused why they call it the Leagues of Votan. You confused the hell out of me there for a minute, Marcus. I saw you last night, Marcus, over on Valrak's channel. But I don't know if you saw that. I said hello to you. Good evening. Anton says he's happy for generic Space Marine Codex bus. Beside Blood Angels, Space Marines are really struggling. Yeah, I mean, Space Marines without Blood Angels, I mean, Blood Angels aren't in a great position, but Space Marines in general, yeah, I mean, like, you're talking, like, low tier army. Really, really struggling, I'd say. If you were just running a successor chapter of Marines, you're not doing well at all at the moment, I would say. I want free uptake to my tactical marines, like Death Guard get. I mean, that would help, yeah. It's pretty regular cycle. People can't. Oh yeah, sorry, I read that already. People can't resist the hype. Burgersaur says one of my favorite models. Why, man? Outriders need weapon options. Why they're your favorites? They just have chainswords. Horace says I've been meaning to try Outriders with OBSEC. Yeah, maybe. Marines are generally mid. I think Marines are low Rezio. Like, I don't think they're mid at all at the moment. I think if you're just running Firstborn, well, even if you're running Primaris Marines, if that's your whole army, I think you're having trouble right now. Is there any option for Dreadnought heavy Blood Angels lists that would work? I mean, I've run 3 Dreadnoughts to a GT and got to the top table before, so yeah, I mean, you can... Outriders can be OBSEC for other chapters. The only way that Blood Angels could make them OBSEC is if they were near like a Rites of War captain or a Rites of War character. Blood Angels sit at 49% win rate in every other chapter is well below that mark. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think Marines are middle tier army at the moment. I think they're low. Like if we talk about like A to D tier or S to D tier, I'd say that like just generally Codex Space Marines is like a C at best. I think you want a Blood Angels heavy Dreadnought list. Well, I mean, I think you need a couple of Redemptors, and you probably want like a couple of Relic Contemptors straight away. That's where you'd start. Maybe like 4 Dreadnoughts, and then I don't know, 2 squads of Sanguinary Guard. Is that heavy enough for you, or do you want more than 4 Dreads? Like, how many Dreads would you say is quote unquote a Dreadnought heavy list? Space Marines on motorcycles are sick. Yeah, I mean, they are sick. They just don't do any damage and they don't survive, and they're like 50% more expensive than the squat bikes, and they do the same thing. Or in a way, they're weaker against the squat bikes because the squat bikes count for OBSEC and they also get a 12-inch pre-game move, right? Like, if they gave Outriders a 12-inch pre-game move, I'm guessing Outriders would be a lot more better. Aren't they the same easy to build? They are. Even the standalone kit, you're right, Reg, is got no weapon options. It's just the kit that came with Indomitus, which to me seems like a missed opportunity. This plaster on my finger is really getting annoying when it's catching on every single model, every single time I turn the model. But yeah, the Outrider kit for me is a strange one. It seems like a missed opportunity, because the cool thing about Outriders is like the devastating charge, you know, like the +2 attacks when you charge, because once you've not charged, they're actually pretty weak. Especially if they've just got chainswords. So like you would need to give the sergeant something like a power fist or a thunderhammer or something to make that devastating charge quote unquote devastating, because I'm sorry, a chainsword charge isn't really very devastating. Henrik says, thank you for the nice content. Do you have a unit that you like the look/lore of that we'd run if the rules were better? Is there... I was going to say, a unit that I would run more often if its rules were better. Reavers. Maybe Aggressors. I really liked Aggressors in 8th edition. Aggressors, to me, felt like a great tactical unit last edition, but not so much now. And then maybe any of the Primaris vehicles, because like all those Primaris vehicles seem like they just don't perform. Horus is about to run Iron Hands with Dredge and drop pods with Devastator Melters. I mean, that's not bad. I guess that's maybe above a C, but like, Iron Hands are quite specific. Rumours that we're getting a melee Dreadnought in the Blood Angels vs Tyrannid box for Codex Space Marine 2.0. Yeah, there's a lot of rumours around Codex Space Marine 2.0 in this new Blood Angels Tyrannid box, but until I see something concrete, I'm not sure I'm covering it, because the last set of rumours that I covered were like instantly people jumped on and went like it's horseshit. So I don't want to waste my time and also get you guys' hopes up on rumours that have like no real substance beyond some guy posting it on Reddit when he's bored. Frank says I kind of miss 8th where Scout Bikers were the cheese. What do you mean by the cheese? Do you mean they were good? I don't know what cheese... Usually to me, cheese means like lame. Were they lame? Or do you mean that they were good? Aggressors and Reavers need a rule update. They do indeed. They were... I mean, Reavers were never good, but Aggressors were quite good last edition. The problem is Ultramarines got them nerfed, I guess, and then... Yeah, I don't know. Damn those Ultramarines. Is there any Blood Angels models that you don't have? Blood Angel specific ones, I guess, would just be like Primaris Death Company. Of all the characters, I have a Storm Raven, but I mean, I guess they aren't Blood Angel specific anymore. They used to be. Have like 3 Baal Predators. Have all 3 of the Dreadnoughts, the Furioso, the Death Company, the Librarian. I actually have 3 Librarian Dreadnoughts, don't ask me why. Obviously I have Mephiston and have the old Mephiston as well, so yeah, I don't know if there is a bloody... Unless anyone knows some really obscure Blood Angels models, then I think I have all of them. All of the Blood Angel specific ones. If there's a Blood Angels vs Nids box, I'm buying it, maybe multiple. I don't know if you can see behind me, but I have the Deathstorm box, right? I'll show you. This was the old Blood Angel specific box. Blood Angels v Tyranids, Deathstorm. Do you remember this? Maybe I can put it under the camera. I'm not sure that this is going to fit under there without bashing everything, but it might fit. Look. Used to get... What did you get? This box contains 1 Blood Angels Captain Carlian, 5 Blood Angels Terminators, 5 Death Company, Furioso Dreadnought, and then a bunch of Tyranid stuff. That's a cool enough box. Trying to remember when that box released, but it must have been like a decade ago now, right? Reavers should be troops. Yeah, Reavers need something. I don't know if it necessarily need to be troops, but they need something. Would you be interested in trying out the Sanguinar? The Sanguinar was my warlord all the way through 8th edition. I really liked him in 8th. His rules used to be different though. His +1 attack used to stack with Shock Assault, right? And then they changed that in 9th that his +1 attack didn't stack anymore. And so it kind of, it gave you a choice, you know, like Dante you didn't sorry, get myself confused. Dante used to get your rerolls, but the Sanguinar used to get +1 attack. So with your Sanguinary Guard near your Sanguinar, it was like you still hit on 2s because he's your warlord, but you got a +1 attack. So it was like you sort of chose either +1 attack or rerolls. And I felt like back then it meant the Sanguinar was fine. He was a decent warlord. I don't remember why I ran him over Dante though. I think his weapon used to be stronger than Dante. Oh, I can't remember why I always ran the Sanguinar last edition. Was there? But I did. I ran him, like, I never ran Dante in 8th. I always ran the Sanguinar. Why was that? Why? Anyone remember why Sanguinar was preferable to Dante in 8th? I'm trying to do Incarmite Swords for the Sangre Guard for the first time. Only started the hobby a bit, and it's intimidating to do the crackle effect. I mean, it is and it isn't. It depends on how good an effect you want on it. How are you doing it, Crozier? Good evening, all. FM broadcasting tonight, is it? Are you hearing the radio in the background, are you? Word up, Mike. Good evening. Good evening, Adamort. It was your reintroduction 2014. Yeah, so not quite a decade, but very, very close. That's crazy how fast a decade goes when you're older. I swear the older you get, the faster time goes, man. I own Deathstorm. I have a large collection of Blood Angels and Nids, and it was 6th edition of Deathstorm. So Scotland started this game really well, and they've fallen off in the last like 20 minutes, annoyingly. We really need to just nick it 1-0. Oh, come on, McGinn. Deathstorm was 7th? Alright, different people saying different things. And I don't know if I believe this new rumour about the Sanguinar being like a super powerful Primarch level character. Like, is there some substance to this rumor? Like, where is it coming from? Like I said, apart from like some random dude making a fake account on Reddit, like. Because I mean, I'm up to date with most of the new books. The only book that I haven't read, like the Blood Angels book that's in the current timeline, is the Astrath book. Which, you know what, I'm gonna read next because I'm sure I bought it. I'm like 99% sure I bought it. My ever since I moved house, I've been a bit disorganized in this room. But yeah, I'm in the middle of a book right now. I'll read the Astrath book next. But like, I'm pretty sure that like, where is the rumor of a reborn Sanguinar coming from? Because like, are we gonna talk spoilers in this stream? GW bringing Primarchs back. Do you think the Sanguinar will be our Primarch model, or do you think it will be Dante? Well, see, that's the thing, Ridgecraft. If we're gonna talk spoilers, if we're just gonna, I mean, when did Devastation of Baal come out? No, not Devastation of Baal. Darkness in the Blood. Let me think. Darkness in the Blood release date. Darkness in the Blood. If it's 2 years, I'm gonna talk about it. Maybe even if it's 18 months, I'll talk about it. It came out... Nah, this is wrong. This says it's coming out... Oh, it came out in 2019, so yeah, okay, 3 years ago. Sounds about right. I was going to say, it definitely came out like before COVID, or at least around the time of COVID. So if Darkness in the Blood is essentially 3 years old, at the end of Darkness in the Blood, Dante is quote-unquote dying. He's the one that wants to take the Rubicon. So, like, what's... You know, they even basically say, like, Dante's wounds aren't healing anymore, right? So, like, surely at some point they're going to continue that series. The very next book, Dante's going to get injured. His wounds aren't going to heal. He's going to have to do the Rubicon or he's going to die. So that's why I'm like, the Sanguinar rumor seems strange to me, because it's like, unless it's... Yeah, it seems strange to me because it's like, I feel like Dante's going to have to undergo the Rubicon, so what? We're going to get a Primaris Dante that's just +1 attack, +1 wound like Mephiston got? I mean, that's going to be the most lackluster, boring thing ever. So why aren't we going to get... why isn't Dante going to become a big badass? You know, like, where's the Sanguinar rumor come from? Kreuzer says that he's doing it with lighter shades of blue. I mean, sometimes I just use, like... I've got a few paints that I would just use for that. Something... I was going to say, not this, but something similar colour to this. I think I have an edge paint that's... I forget what it's called. Blue Horror. That's what I used to use. So I would put... For my Sanguinary Guard, I just paint their blades the Fang. I was gonna say I can always just I can just do one. Like I've got, that's what